My name is Amelia Barker. I am with The Gold and the Beautiful. I'm an independent color street stylist, and I first want to say thank you for letting me be a part of this cool event that you are doing. It is so exciting, and I really hope that you and the people that you're going to be doing their nails, I hope you all have a wonderful time, and I hope they love their nails. So I wanted to quickly introduce Color Street to you. And I'm going to do my nails and show you how it's done. If you forget, on the back of the packages, there are some quick and easy instructions. And I think there may also be instructions inside as well. No, it's just got some information about them. So when you open your package, there's going to be three things. There's going to be a nail file. There's going to be a nail prep pad. Helps if I show you the English side. And then inside there's going to be nail strips. Each set comes with 16 different nails. And the goal here is so, you can see there's small ones all the way up to large ones. So you can have a perfect fit for any of your fingernails. There are going to be, you will not use a whole set on one person. So they are welcome to mix and match if they have a friend and maybe they have a set that complements each other. They can mix and match. They could put them on their toenails. You can put them on your fingernails. These are designed for one-time use, so they will dry out. You can't save them for next time. But what you're going to do, there's a little slit, and so you're just going to open the pack. And when you open it, it smells like nail polish because it is. This is 100% real nail polish. These are not stickers. These are not stick-on nails. They're nail polish that's been dried and cured. But the base coat is not quite fully cured. So before we put these on, you're going to use your nail prep pad, and it's just a little alcohol wipe, and wipe down their nails. And the goal here is to get all of the oil off of the nails, because if your nails are oily, then it can cause the nail polish to peel up. If you're going to have them soak their hands or push back cuticles or anything like that, you can do all that first, and this is going to be the step that you do right before you apply the Color Street. And you let it dry for a second, and then you're going to decide what strip goes on what finger. And you do this just by holding it up. So you can see this one's a little too small. It's not going to cover my whole nail. And I knew that because I use these all the time. So I'm going to pull this off and just set it to the side. And even on my thumbnail, this one's going to be a little too big. And so I'm just going to pull that biggest one off as well. And I'm going to show you two different ways that you can apply Color Street. And let me go ahead and take this nail file. It has a little plastic wrapper, so I'm going to take that off while I'm at it. I normally don't even use the nail file, but I am going to show you a way that you can if you want. So, and of course you can use it to file and shape their nails ahead of time if you like. Mine are already pretty much how I want them, so. Oh, and the plastic stuck to me. Okay, so we're going to hold this up, and you can see that this one fits pretty well. And both sides of the nail strips are slightly different. You can see that this is a little more narrow and this is a little more wide. And so you actually can, you should have a perfect fit for most nails. All right, the first thing that you're going to do is take off the plastic coating and just peel it off and set that to the side. Then there's a little silver tab, and this is your nail polish strip. So you peel that off. Here's your nail polish. And the first technique I'm going to show you we call the T technique. And if you've never used it before, this is a nice little trick that makes it real easy to apply. So I just sort of laid it perpendicular to the piece of paper it was stuck on. And that way I can hold this piece of paper, or I can hold the top of the strip, and I'm not going to be touching the bottom of the strip. It just helps make sure my skin oil doesn't get on the nail. Plus, it gives you a little bit more stability because you've got more to hang on to. And then you want to line it up, and you want to line it up so that it's right by the cuticle, but try not to get it on the skin, either the cuticle or the skin on the side. And I can't do it in front of the camera. I'm not that talented. So you can see here I just stuck it on there. And then you can either use your finger or a cuticle pusher and just smooth it down. And then I usually use my thumbnail and I just sort of tuck it under, and that scores it. And you can just then pull it loose. You always want to start, if you're doing your own, I don't suppose it matters if you're doing someone else's, but if you're doing your own, you want to start with the pinky and move in towards the thumb, because that way you can use your thumb. Now, I still have another half that I haven't used, and sometimes it gets wrinkled up, and that's fine, because I have plenty more. But I'm just going to take it and peel it off. Oops, pulled the little tab off. Oh, and see, this one stuck pretty well, so no big deal. So I'll just throw that part away, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to get the same nail from the other side, from my other pinky. All right, this time I'm not going to use the T method. This time I'm going to take off the plastic coating. I'm going to take the silver tab and pull the nail polish strip off. And then I'm just going to kind of hold it by the silver tab. And I am going to touch the edges, but I'm not going to do it for very long. And same thing, I'm going to stick this as close to the cuticle and edges as I can without it getting on it. And just smooth it down, tuck it under, and pull it off. And there we go. Now, I'm going to show you, I actually said I was going to show you 3 techniques. I'm actually going to show you, or 2 techniques, I'm actually going to show you 3. So for my next finger, I'm going to use, and you can see that these are similar in size. So I could pick and choose. I'm going to go ahead, I think, I'm going to make my next finger an accent nail. So I'm going to use the silver for that one. And so I'm going to peel the cover off. I'm going to grab the silver tab and peel the nail polish strip off. And then, same thing, I'm going to stick it down as close to the cuticle as I can get without it touching it. And if it does touch it a little bit, it's not the end of the world. And you can see I've got a little wrinkle. Usually you can just smooth that out with your finger or with the little rubber cuticle pusher. If you do get it so wrinkled you can't, you can use regular nail polish remover and take it off and start over again, or you can put another nail strip over the top. All right, so the next way that you can choose to do this if you want is you can take it and then just sort of press the edges together, kind of fold it together. And obviously when you do this, you can't use the other end of it. And then you just take the nail file and in one direction, you don't want to saw, but in one direction, just kind of gently file. And that does the same thing as your thumbnail, and you can pull it off. And then use either your thumb or you can use the file and smooth it. Again, if you're going to use the file, make sure that you file gently and make sure that you go in one direction. I'm going to pull this one, pull off the clear coat, use the silver tab, and put it on there. And when I do it, I usually don't mess with the file. I usually just do it like this. So now you can see that this one's just a little bit too big. You see how it's on the skin? So if that happens, it's no big deal. Again, just take your thumbnail, or you can take the end of the cuticle pusher and just gently kind of, I don't know if you can see, but I just kind of scored it with my fingernail And then you can just pull it away and just peel it off. And it's as good as new. And then you just continue and you do each of the nails that way. So I'm going to do it pretty quick now because you guys have the gist. Plastic cover, silver tab, line it up, smooth it down, score it, and just smooth out the edges. I'm going to use the other end on the other side. Again, you don't have to. There's plenty of strips you don't need to. But there's something about just being thrifty that I enjoy. And ta-da! Now, you're going to want to make sure that you don't put lotion on their fingernails right before you do this. You're also going to want to make sure that, do I want another silver one or do I want no, I think I want another blue one. You don't want to put lotions or anything like that on the nails right before you do this or within 30 minutes after, because again, we want to prevent having any oil on these. They can, after 30 minutes, they can do any of their normal activities, but for that first 30 minutes, it won't be fully cured yet. So you want to avoid lotions and you want to avoid submerging your hands in water. Because even though it's dry, if you soak it in water, it could come up. So it want to try to keep them out of the water for about 30 minutes. And last but not least, and there are no rules, you guys. This can, you can layer these, you can cut them and make shapes, you can turn them sideways, you can use them on fingernails or toenails. There's no right or wrong way to do it. So the most important thing is just to have fun. So, and I'm going to show you one other little trick here before we wrap up. And I encourage you to take your time. There's not going to be any need to hurry. And if you haven't done it before, you know, with anything, it gets a little easier with practice. But I want to show you something. So on this thumbnail, I don't know if you can even tell. I don't think you probably can, but there's, I was in a hurry, and so I got like a little nick in it. When I scored it, I just got a little nick in it. Now, honestly, nobody's really going to be able to tell the difference, but I can. And so again, if you make a mistake, it is no big deal. Just take another one, and you can literally put it right over the top. And that just makes it last even longer, and it hides any mistakes. Another great way to hide a mistake is to add some glitter, because glitter makes everything better. So I just stuck it right on top of the other one, and this time I'm going to be a little more gentle when I score it and fold it under. And ta-da! And so there you have it. I hope that you found this helpful. I hope you have a wonderful time this weekend, and I hope the residents absolutely love their color street. So have a great day, and thanks again for the opportunity. Bye.